Hey guys, this is Lauren from My Something Beautiful Life, and today I am so excited to be able to share with you the new faith journals from Erin Condren. I did receive these from Erin Condren for free in order to review them and show them to you. I absolutely love Erin Condren products, and that's why I use them, and I'm just so excited about these journals because these could not have come at a more perfect time for me in my life right now. If you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen I posted a small flip through of these a couple weeks ago, I think. And I shared there that I've been going through some anxiety, and one of the things that I always do when I do have those anxious times is make sure I am refocused on God and my relationship with Him. And that by far is the biggest help for me, just knowing that I can trust Him, that everything will be okay. And so having these, I think trying out these will be the perfect way to help me along my journey and to just help me refocus on Him. And so I'm really excited to show these to you, and I hope that they will be really helpful to you too. I did get both the Christian faith journal and just the regular faith journal that's more non-denominational. It's just focused on faith in general and doesn't have any specific religion attached to it. So regardless of how you worship and how you focus on your faith, one of these will fit your life. And so I think it's really awesome that they did it that way. It just gives a way for more people to be able to relate to the content that's inside. And so I'm going to show you both of them side by side so you can see the differences. First of all, though, I actually wanted to show you some of the accessories that I got to go with it. I am so excited about these. I think these are going to be so fun inside these journals, and they're just going to make my study so much better. And I can't wait to show you some of the things I'm doing on Instagram. I will continue to update you as I go along. I don't know how much in detail I can share, but I definitely want to share how I'm using them. And so I wanted to show you some of the accessories so you can kind of see how I plan to use them now. So the first thing I got are the mini snap-in bookmarks. I love these. I use these for everything. They're probably one of my favorite accessories that Erin Condren has come out with. I will put them in any planner, any notebook, anything that has a coil on it that these will fit into. I will put them in it because I love these. I think they are the perfect size. They stick out just over the top enough, but they don't get in the way of the actual page. And I just think they're perfect, and I have so many of them. I love them, but I will continue to buy every new design they come out with because they are my favorite. So I definitely got some of those to mark my place. The next thing I got is kind of along the same lines. These are page marker stickers. I'm trying to get it so it doesn't glare too bad. What they are is they're hexagons, and you can kind of see on the gold ones the best. They have a little line that goes through it where they fold in half, but you can put them on the edge of your page. You can kind of see on the back, there's an example. And then you can mark your pages from the outside and be able to reference them easily. So why I wanted these specifically for the faith journals is because oftentimes if I'm studying a topic or I have a really specific revelation for my life that I know I'm going to want to go back and reference, I don't want to have to just flip through the book and try to find where I wrote that down or when it happened. And so I love these for being able to mark those significant pages that I know that I'll want to go back and look at later. And so that's why I really wanted these. I think they're going to be perfect for that, and I'm so excited to use those. I also did get 2 more packs of stickers. Stickers are fun. I thought these ones were really fun colors. They're meant for the petite planners. This one's for the pregnancy journal, and this one's for the gratitude journal. But honestly, they're just generic stickers. They're just sheets of shapes and checklists and icons and things. So you can use them however you want. And I just love these colors. I think they're going to match really pretty inside of these faith journals. And so I got those just to have a place where certain things can stand out and where I can just add a little bit more color to the pages. So I'm excited about that too. And then I got 2 packets of pens. First of all, I got these metallic gel pens, which are really cool. I thought these would be fun to write in the journals with. Generally, in my regular planner, I just use a black pen. Sometimes I may accent it with highlighters or with other colors. But when I'm doing like my faith study and faith journaling, I tend to use a lot more colors and fun pens and things like that. I don't know how you'd say it, like I'm a lot more colorful when I'm doing my faith journaling. In fact, I'll show you, I have this. This is what I've been holding all of my pens in, and I have so many different pens in here and markers and highlighters and just all kinds of things. And so like these are the things I normally use when I'm studying my scriptures and just studying faith and studying the gospel. And so I thought these gel pens would be really fun to add some color to the faith journals. And then I also got this because I love the variety of it. So what it is it has 4 highlighters, 6 medium tips, 3 fine tips, and then 2 barrels. And each of the tips screw into the barrels, I believe. Let me see if I can get this open. Oh, and you can see on the back a little bit better all the different tips and how it works. So you have the tips and each one screws into the barrel, so you can kind of create your own pens. But I loved the variety because again, in my faith studies, I tend to use a lot more colors. I love using highlighters. I love using colored pens. That's just how I study. It's how it works for me. I color code a lot more than I do in my regular planner. And so I thought this would be perfect, and you can kind of see some of the tips. I kind of don't want to pull them all out now. I'll pull them out in a second, but I'm afraid they're gonna like fall all over the table here. But I thought those would be really fun, so I'm excited to use those too. All right, and then the last thing I got kind of goes along with that, and it's this accordion pouch. So it has 6 different zipper pouches within it. They're all connected and they all expand out, so you can actually put quite a bit in there. And what I love is how it can keep everything separated. So like I said, I have this bag that just everything's jumbled in there, and it's actually kind of hard to get things out of it. And so I'm excited for this because I think it will actually help me organize my pens and be able to find what I'm looking for easier, because it's kind of a point of frustration for me trying to find the pen that I'm looking for in here. I love the planning pouches. They're amazing quality. I just have way too many things that I use when I'm studying to be able to fit them in here anymore. And so I was thinking that this accordion pouch would actually be really perfect for separating out all of the different things I use. I'm even going to put post-it notes in it, so it's not even just pens. I have post-it notes that I use all the time when I'm studying. And so I'll have a pouch for those too, and probably for the bookmarks I'll put those in one of them too. So I was actually kind of thinking that I would just set that up with you guys, and you can kind of just see the different things that I plan to put on it. So like I have the gel pens that will probably go in one. We'll kind of have to see, because I'm not sure if I have more than 6 different types of things to put in it, so we'll kind of see if they all fit. These are so fun. I'm so excited to use all of these different things. All right, so for now I'm going to put them in the second one. I think it would be nice to kind of have all these together. I think the barrels got stuck in the bottom, so you can see all the colors, and I love these colors. They actually have 2 different sets of these that are out right now. This is the original set, the first one that came out. I like the colors of it better. They do have another one, so if these colors aren't your favorite, then there are other options too. Okay, there we go. All right, so there's the 2 barrels, and you can see that they screw in on each side, and you can just kind of create your own pens. I'll grab a couple. So there's a highlighter and a fine tip pen. Yeah, and they just screw in, and so if you have a couple that you use most often, you can keep those, and then maybe just grab that when you're going to church or wherever you need to travel with your books and your supplies, and then I think that will be really cool. So there's that one. And then inside of here, just pull out all of my different things. Okay, so there's Post-it notes. Hold on, let me push these out of the way for a sec. Okay. So there's everything I have in here. Okay, and I actually don't have too many Post-it notes right now. Usually I have like 6 of these. Okay, so there's my Post-it notes, and I have a little eraser. There's a pencil. Here's my regular pens that I like to use. These ones are so cool. Okay, so in general, the Energel pens are my absolute favorite. I love the way they write. I've tried so many other different types of pens, just like standard pens, and I always go back to the Pentel Energels. I absolutely love them. This one is another cool pen. This is actually a ballpoint pen, and they are so super cheap. I think I found, they have them usually at the Dollar Tree for like a pack of 10 or 12 or something for $1. I've also found them at Office Depot. It doesn't matter what it actually says right here. Usually, like this is a popular one that I see is the Cello, however you want to say it. The Office Depot ones say Office Depot on them, but as long as they look like this, they are really smooth writing ballpoint pens. So if you need a ballpoint pen, I love these, and they're so cheap. And they come in all kinds of bright colors too. Usually the pack that they come in is multicolored. So there's just a random pen review. Okay, so then I have my highlighters, and then these are the, let's see, Staedtler Triplus Text Surfer, if I can get it to focus. So I love these for writing in my scriptures. Not all of them. If you have the ones with the really fine or the really thin paper, probably not the best. I think these would bleed through. But I do love these for the thicker paper, like the normal weight paper. These ones are just the ones that I found actually go on the smoothest, and so I love these for that. And I'm really excited to try out okay, no, hold on, let me grab it. And I'm really excited to try out these ones too that came in there, the markers and the highlighters probably, just to see how they kind of write in scripture paper too. So that'll be fun too. But like I said, I use highlighters for everything, and honestly I use different types of highlighters for different paper. So like here I have a yellow mild liner. This is the one that I write in my scriptures that have the really fine, smooth, thin paper, because for whatever reason this actually doesn't bleed through. Some of the other colors do, but for some reason this yellow one does not. And so this is the one that I use for those scriptures. But then these are the ones I use for my wide margin ones that have the regular paper. Okay, and so then those, I'm actually worried that, I wonder if those ones won't actually fit in here. All right, we're gonna try it. Oh, they totally fit. They totally fit way better than I thought they would. I was thinking that they were gonna be kind of long, because like if you can see how long they are compared to like the Papermate Flare, like they're kind of, oh, there you go, can't see it. They're kind of longer than most regular pens, and so I was worried that they weren't going to fit in here, and they totally fit perfectly. And then I'm also going to stick the mild liner in there because that's just all my highlighters. All right, and then we'll move on to the next one, And I think that one's going to be my, oh, there we go, the Erin Condren dual tip markers. We'll put those in one. And I'll just let's do the Papermate fillers because I only have a couple of those. And we'll just put those with my regular pens. There's my eraser. Zip all these up. And then the last one, I'm putting in Post-it notes, and I'll probably add more to that. So that actually works out really well. It actually doesn't even bulk it up that much. It's still pretty small. So, but I love that they're sectioned out, and it's going to be so much easier to find the pen that I'm looking for, especially since I have so many that I use with these. So that's really cool. I'm excited about that. Okay, and then pulling all of this back down. Okay, so there's my stickers. Oh, I did want to put those in. I'll put those in later. The one thing I kind of wish that these had, so a lot of these guided journals that Erin Condren has come out with, in the back, they actually have a sheet of like stickers that goes along with it, and these ones don't, which is I'm kind of sad about, just because I like stickers, and I was really curious what they would do with faith-themed stickers. So I was kind of sad about that, but you know, definitely not a deal breaker. So I got these ones. I'll probably just keep them in the back somehow. Maybe I could use like an ollie clip or something and like hold them in. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, so there's the stickers. And then I wanted to flip through these and show you the inside. So the purple one is the Christian Faith Journal. And then this, I think it's coral is the color that I picked on here, is the Non-Denominational Faith Planner or Faith Journal. Each one comes in 2 different options of covers. I picked the one where you can customize your colors and your quotes for each one. They also have another one that's more of like a standard cover, and you can still personalize it with your name, but the colors and the quote on it are more standardized. So that's an option too if you don't like these ones. So I did customize each of these covers. And then flipping into them, on the inside you still have the dashboard page or the inside dashboard that you can use with wet erase markers. So one of the first things I noticed is that the colors are different. So on the Faith Journal, they have more of like these warm colors, and there's more of cooler colors on the Christian version. And if you watch throughout it, they kind of stay with the same theme. Although they're very similar in design, they both have like this watercolor theme, but they have ones that kind of go along and match with the tab colors, which I think is really cool. So the first page you get is kind of like an instruction page, how to use the Faith Planner or Faith Journal. I'm not sure why one says Faith Planner and the other says Faith Journal. To me, they both seem more like journals, but maybe that was just another way they could differentiate between the two. But being how you use them, they seem more like journals to me. And they are daily. There's enough pages in here for 3 months worth of daily journaling. And then there's also monthly and weekly pages, but I'll show you all those in a minute. So here you can kind of see, this is just the intro page. It's pretty similar. They have a little bit of differences. Like here, this one says your Christian faith, and this one, it just says faith. And so obviously there's going to be differences like that throughout the whole thing. But overall, the layout of both of them is pretty much the same. So then here you have a scripture from the Bible, and then here it's just blank. So even if you had a favorite quote or something that you wanted to write down, you could write it in this space too. You still have room for that. And then you can see the watercolor up at the top too is a little different. And then you go into your first page. So this is kind of like a starting point page where you can just check in and see where you're at. Again, these are worded a little bit differently. This one talks more about God, and this one just talks about your faith. And then on the other side, this is probably the biggest difference. They just have slightly different prompts and different spaces to write them in. So that's one of the main differences that I've seen there. The next pages are pretty much the same. They're just the important dates. And then after that, it goes into a prayer list. And let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 pages for a prayer list, and I believe this one's the same. Yeah. So you have prayer list pages, and then you have just a plain notes page. So that's all the same. Yeah, so like I said, the layout of each book is pretty much the same. It's just the wording and some of the prompts that are a little bit different. Another thing that's different is that the Christian one does have Bible verses throughout it. So for Christians who like to have little Bible verses throughout it that they can read and ponder on, I think that's really cool that they have that as an option. And then they left the other one blank, so you can always add in your own, but it's not something that you're going to have to remove if it's not something that you believe in or study. All right, and so this is where the tab is for the beginning of the month. So you can see how the monthly pages are, I think they're pretty much the same except for the Bible verse. Oh, this one says important verses to reflect on, and this is important topics. So that's one difference. And then, so this is where your first tab is, and then you can turn over, and this is your first weekly setup, or your first weekly reflection. So here you have week's intentions and goals, important dates. You have a prayer list, how you can share your faith. This one is how you can receive faith from others, and this one is how you can be encouraged by others. And then I love the habit trackers down here. I think this is a really good thing to focus on if you're trying to build a habit of praying and reading scripture every day, or if you have other things that you're working on. Like, I am Christian, and so prayer and scripture study are the things that I think I focus on mostly as daily habits, but you can also track things like a random act of kindness, or just paying attention to others. Maybe you want to write a note to somebody, different things like that. You can just find things that will help increase your faith and just encourage you to live a better life. And so I think that was really good that they put that in here. And then again, at the bottom of the Christian one, they do have a Bible verse to reflect on. All right. And then the other weekly page, this is one where you can actually do a reflection of what you're, like, something that you're learning about. So you can put in a verse or something that you're studying and just your reflections on it, how you want to incorporate it into your life. And then here they have daily gratitude, they have gratitude here, and then they also have prayer. I am especially happy that they included the daily gratitude on each one, and I just realized that I probably misspoke earlier. This is the first daily page. So this is your weekly page to look at, and then it goes into your daily pages. For some reason I was thinking that this was another weekly page. This is what each of your daily pages looks like. Anyway, I'm so happy that they included the gratitude pages, because I am a firm believer that focusing on the things that you're grateful for is actually a huge step into increasing faith in your life and just acknowledging the good that's going on even when things aren't good. And I have noticed that in times when I'm not feeling the best, whether it's anxiety or just discouragement, anything like that, if I focus on things that I'm grateful for, more often than not, it will actually help me feel better. Just by focusing on the things I'm grateful for and the things that I already have. Okay, and so then you do have 7 daily pages for each week. And then, okay, so at the end of the faith one, we'll look at this first. At the end of the week for the faith one, you go into the same weekly page that you had before, with your intentions, the dates, your habits, things like that, and then you move back into your daily pages. In the Christian version, so you have your last daily page for the week, then you go into a page that has a reflection. So you have sermon notes, your reflections on the week, how you rested today, and a grateful moment for this week. And then it goes back into your weekly overview. So the Christian version does have a reflection page, which it doesn't seem like the faith planner does. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, there's that extra weekly reflection page where you can write your sermon notes and any other things that you want for that week. So that's kind of an interesting difference, and I wonder why, like, I feel like they could have done something like this in this one, so I'm curious as to what the reasoning behind it was. Okay, and so then you just go back into the daily pages, and I believe each week continues like that until the end of the month. Okay, and then, so in the Christian one, you still have the sermon notes page, and then at the end, you have a monthly reflection page instead of the page for the next week, which I'm guessing would be one. Yeah, there's actually one in the next month. So you have your monthly reflection page here, and then it goes into the next month. So I do love that there are reflection pages in here. I think that's really helpful and important. So I love that. Let's see what's in this one. So then here, towards the end of the month. Okay, so there is a monthly reflection page here too. So if you want to kind of see the difference between the two, we'll see if they actually seem pretty similar. Yeah, they're pretty much, I think they're identical except for the colors. But so that's kind of cool that they both do have the reflection page. And so that's the pattern for each of the months. Like I said, you have 3 months of daily use that you can go through for each one. I love the watercolor design. I think it's so pretty throughout it. And then at the very end, so this is the end of the faith journal. You have looking back, how the past 3 months went, how my relationship with my faith has changed, how my relationship with myself has changed, which those go back to the questions that it asked at the very beginning. Let's see. I think it's the very first thing. Yeah. So it kind of circles back to what your goals were in the beginning. And then there's a looking ahead page for setting future goals and things that you want to continue to do. And then in the back of the Christian planner, it has the same thing, except it goes again more with how your relationship with God has changed. But it has the same layout and just more looking ahead. And then each one has a section for notes in the back. There's a tab for it even. They do have a slight watercolor pattern on it, which is really pretty, I think. And you get a few pages, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So you get 21 notes pages in the back of each one. And I love this, that you just have room to expand on anything else that you are feeling throughout the month. You could use it as a journal or just to write extra notes from sermons or things that you're learning, devotionals that you're doing. Anything that you just needed more room for. I just love that they included those notes pages in the back. And then that's the end of each one. So I love how these were set up and created. I think they did a really good job with them. And I think it's guided enough that it can help those who are struggling to know where to start. But it's also open enough that you can make it your own and add in the things that you need. I will link to everything I've shown you today in the description below. If you want to check it out even more. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. I'm happy to answer anything that I can. Thank you so much for watching today, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.